What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So you see the title, $10,000 checks going out. Who's sending these checks? Where are they coming from? Who's going to get them? Well, I'm going to address that because this has to do with what President Biden said just yesterday. All right? So I will address that in just a minute. We're also going to talk about potential rolling blackouts that is going to impact the New England area. Again, it's a major concern. More states are starting to send out these warnings that, hey, be prepared. This winter, we could potentially see our grids go down and we will have rolling blackouts throughout the area. So again, it's a major concern. We're also going to address how business groups are asking President Biden for some help. Again, this is a major concern, and we've talked a little bit about this over the past couple of weeks, but again, it's coming down to about 20 some days. We will have an answer as to where our economy is going and what is going to happen very soon, but I want to address what's actually going on as of right now. So, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. As always, I will timestamp this video. So if you don't want to watch the entire thing, don't worry. Just click on the little bar below the video and you can go to the exact section that you want to watch. So again, thank you guys for watching and let's begin. So let's first talk about how business groups are asking President Biden to step in and help. But will President Biden step in and help push the negotiations between the railroad unions and the railroads over the finish line? That's the question that these business groups are asking. Well, here's what I can tell. What we know right now, President Biden and Congress, they've been very quiet. They have been extremely quiet about these negotiations. But why? Why is this? Well, it's because of what's happening in like 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks. There's an election. That's why they're quiet. They do not want to do anything to give the other party some ammunition to go after them. This is why. But this is also why more than 300 business groups are warning that the U.S. is again close to a nationwide rail strike. They want President Biden to intervene, but the chances are not high at this point. The reason is because of what's happening in 2 weeks. That's it. After the election, we will likely see the Biden administration start to, if the negotiations haven't been settled, which I don't think they will be, but if there's not an agreement, what's going to happen is the Biden administration will most likely step in. They will step in between the 8th and the 19th. About 11 days. That's all they have. Again, that's what's concerning. But the worry right now is that the two major unions that rejected the tentative agreement, they are likely to get the ball rolling. And some of these business groups believe that more unions will follow. They will follow in the shoes of those unions that have rejected the tentative agreement. Because if more people reject the agreement and they go back to the negotiation table, guess what? The railroads will have to do more to provide for all those unions, not just the one or two that rejected them. So we will see. But we do know that the U.S. rail system carries more than 30% of the nation's cargo. This includes large amounts of things like food and fuel and chemicals and other large items that cannot be transported in any other way. For example, I've talked about this before. The big arms on like a wind turbine. Have you ever seen those being transported by truck? Yeah. It's difficult. It's difficult to transport those, right? Which is why in many cases they're done by rail. Well, if we can't transport those and yet we need to keep our infrastructure working, well, what do? Nothing, right? Try to, have you ever seen an airplane get shipped by a truck? No, I haven't. Let me know if you have. If you've ever seen it, you have a picture, I'd love to see it. Because they're all done by rail. Now, The last time we were pushing up against the expiration of a cooling off period, the White House had to step in just hours before to ensure that there was not a strike. But some are now worried that this will not happen again. Because even if there's a strike, even if it's short-lived, that would devastate the U.S. economy. And even if we saw a strike for just days, that would completely disrupt the U.S. supply chain. But according to Democrats, if there's a chance of a strike, they will call on Congress and put an end to it. However, that's not as easy as it sounds. You cannot just come out and say, you know what? If there's a strike, we are going to jump on board and we will end it. There will be no strike. Because guess what? What are the workers actually asking for? They're asking for a better quality of life. They're asking for paid sick leave. That's what Democrats wanted to get pushed into the infrastructure bill in 2021. That's what Democrats wanted to put into the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022, was paid sick leave. And so is it that easy to just come out and say, you know what, you want paid sick leave, but the railroads say no, they're not going to give it to you, so we're just going to come out and say, you know what, that's it, no paid sick leave, just get back to work. That's going to be devastating. So I don't see Democrats coming out and having Congress just put an end to a strike. That would look bad on their part. So we're going to see what happens. But again, we are coming up on that deadline. That deadline will be here very soon, and railroad workers can go on strike on November 19th. So again, I will be here every step of the way, and I will fill you in on what is going on. And now let's address student loan relief, but also let's talk about those $10,000 checks that are going to be going out. Now, President Biden, obviously, he's had some issues lately dealing with the current the courts that have actually halted student loan debt from being forgiven. That's a little bit of a problem, especially right before the election. Now, this doesn't mean just because the courts halted any forgiveness, it doesn't mean you can't apply. You can still apply for student loan forgiveness. It just will not be forgiven as of yet. But here's what President Biden said just yesterday. I quote, "We're going to win that case. I think in the next 2 weeks, you're going to see those checks going out." But this is what I find very interesting about what he's saying. First, he is saying that within the next 2 weeks, Americans will see their student loan balances go down. When initially, we knew that by the beginning of January 2023, we would see those balances get reduced, right? But then some were saying it's most likely going to happen in December. Okay. The good news is that he's talking about this coming out 1 month before it was even expected. That's really good news. Or is it just the timing of the election coming up in 2 weeks? That's what's interesting. But here's what's also very interesting and almost crazy to me. President Biden said that within the next 2 weeks, we're going to see checks going out. Checks going out. What does this mean? Well, this means we're going to see checks. Now, here's the thing. The checks are supposed to go to the loan servicer. However, when President Biden just comes out and says that within the next 2 weeks, checks are going out, he doesn't actually say checks are going out to the loan servicers. He doesn't say forgiveness will go through. He says checks are going out, which in my eyes, whenever we've heard checks going out, checks are coming, checks, it means you're going to get a check. And probably not with your loan servicer's name on it. Here's the issue. Some are worried that we are going to see checks go out to the individual. In many cases, we're going to see checks going out to the individual, not to the loan servicer. This is why this is a major problem, and this is why we could potentially see a disaster on our hands if this isn't fixed. Because again, they have rushed this through. They've had 2 years to try to do this, but yet they try to implement this whole thing within the past, month or two? And so now they're rushing through it. Some experts are worried that checks are going to go to the individual borrower. Now, this is why this would be a horrible, horrible decision. If we see checks get deposited into personal bank accounts, and then that money is supposed to be used to pay the loan servicer, guess what? We're going to have tough times. We will have tough times because this money will likely be used for other things, not for student loan debt. This is a major problem. Now, do I think checks are going out to the loan servicers? I hope so. But at the same time, if they go out to the individual, many individuals will take that money, use it for other things, not for their student loans, right? Now, again, this is just all coming out, so I will make sure I look into this a little bit more. But that's what's crazy. And for me, what I have a tough time believing is what President Biden actually says. Now, sometimes he speaks, and then as soon after he's done, the White House press secretary has to come out and fix the mistakes that he made while he was speaking. That hasn't been done here. So when he said checks are going out, in my eyes, after the past 2 years and what we've seen, when people say checks are going out, it usually means it's going out to the American people. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully it goes to the loan servicers. But again, we will see what happens. But I just wanted to fill you in on what's going on, because I have seen a handful of people say that we're getting $10,000 checks. No, that is not supposed to happen, but it could. And the last thing I want to address when it comes to the White House and President Biden is they're actually looking at ways to expand the emergency fuel reserve in New England. I talked about how many states are warning that we are potentially going to see rolling blackouts. Well, this is the case for the New England area. The reason why we are seeing the White House come out and say, hey, we need to find a way to cope with this, is because of all the shortages of both diesel and gas. What we've heard recently, though, is that the White House officials are worried that the 1 million barrel reserve, this will not be enough to counter the multiple disruptions that we will likely see this winter. And as a result, they want to bolster supplies. Now, one of the main options on the table as of right now, in order to increase supplies, is to simply ask Congress to lift the statutory cap on how much oil can be held in the reserve. Yeah, there's a cap. Now, on the East Coast, we're seeing major shortages. Some of this is due to supply restraints, but some is also due to suppliers rationing the fuel. Yeah, they're rationing fuel. Guess what that does? When you ration fuel, you hold back supply, but demand is still high. Guess what happens with prices? It goes up as well. So, from a business standpoint, rationing supplies is actually a smart move because it can be more profitable. However, for the U.S. economy, that's bad news. Now, we've heard multiple warnings from people over on the East Coast. State officials have said these are the states that they are warning of rolling blackouts this winter. There is Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine. Those are the 6 states as of right now. We also know New York is extremely worried. So again, I will keep you up to date on what's going on there, but just understand that these rolling blackouts could affect all of us very soon. So that's what we know at this time. As always, as I know more, I promise, I'll come back on and share all latest news and updates. Again, just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.